Hey, I got diagnosed for ADHD, but I refuse to go on meds for various reasons. For those of you who don't know what ADHD is, it stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. I grew up with this idea that any disorder was immediately looked down upon. It terrified me to even ponder the idea that I might have depression or OCD or anxiety. Even if all my symptoms were pointing in that direction, I just simply didn't let my brain think I could ever have it. So, I learned to mask it and channel my compulsive behaviors and hectic thoughts in a pretty healthy way. I by no means am saying you don't need meds. Please have that convo with your doctor if you need to. I am just talking about my brain and how it works. In today's video, I will be talking a bit more about my experiences with ADHD, and hopefully you can relate.
I hope you guys enjoyed that ASMR. I tried out colored eyeliner today. I've actually been trying out all these colors. Look at this. I went to a friend's birthday party the other day. I met new people. Are you proud of me? And I have been making myself go to things like this. I was sitting next to this girl. We got to talking. She was telling me about mental stuff she got going on. She got ADHD in the house. She got OCD saying, hey, oh. A lot of the things that she was saying, I related to. I try my best to be as anti-ADHD and anti-anxiety as I can. Like when I literally catch myself being a bit more OCD or I notice my bipolarism come out, I'm like, nope, bitch, don't. If you let this come out, you will officially have it. And then you will officially be someone labeled as bipolar. And then you're gonna have to go into the doctors and you're gonna have to get these prescriptions. No, I'm so scared of that. Why am I scared? When anything external is put into the body, you become so dependent on it that you just cannot function without it eventually. My whole goal in life is to be functional without any substance. Just like, oh my God, I relate to that. Oh my God, I relate to this. It's harder to exist when your brain is constantly yapping, getting distracted by things, and you're constantly daydreaming. Like it doesn't have to be hard. It's also very beautiful. That is why I allow myself periods throughout the week to be all delusional. You guys see the delulu parts of me at all times. Otherwise, no one could ever tell. But I was like, God damn it, maybe my life would be better if I did give in and just take some medication. But then I also worry my creativity won't be as much. I'm not trying to say that in order to be creative, you have to be mentally ill. When I channel all of my thoughts into a common goal, which is either art, music, or videos, I produce. I was in this bubble for a while where I wasn't able to do anything. I couldn't even shower. We are gonna channel the ADHD and we're gonna go plant some flowers, create a beautiful flower bouquet. It's gorgeous outside. And another way that I am channeling my ADHD into something productive, I wonder what it feels like to not have ADHD.
Plants need constant care and nourishment to grow, and we are just like plants. Last year, I have done the exact same thing with myself and have understood the workings of my mind and my triggers, and most importantly, what to do about it. In short, I do 3 things: stop, breathe, and observe. And just how you see me pulling these weeds out and replanting flowers is the exact same process that we have to do with our inner psyche. Sometimes we just have to take a break and step away to let the old out and let the new begin. Hey guys, I'm on my period and I had the wackiest dreams ever. It was such an insane sequence of dreams. And you know how sometimes you have dreams where you're like in one place and all of a sudden you're in another place and nothing really makes sense? Well, this dream was like a sequence of events that made sense. There was probably so much deep meaning to who just texted me? No one. Okay. There's probably a deeper meaning, and I've been trying to like understand the meanings of my dreams because I swear there's a significance, especially because I put on this is gonna make me sound crazy, but I promise you I'm not crazy. I put on this jade that I charged with the full moon energy for the first time yesterday, and I'm also on my period. The more rational people might say it's literally just because I'm on my period and the emotions are going wee wee, but I've been on my period ever since I was 12. Why have I not had all crazy dreams like that? How is it so vivid right now? Like, I feel like vivid dreams are a sign that you need to like understand it and look into the symbolism of it. Why are dreams not direct? Why can't someone just come to you in a dream and be like, yeah, this is the next thing that you need to be working on, or this person's trying to communicate with you. You need to like figure out the puzzle pieces. This is what makes me think that there's more evidence for the fact that we're living in a simulation. It's almost like the operators up there are like, now we're on this part of the mission and we're gonna throw her in for this sensory overload fifth dimension trip, and let's see if she can unravel the mysteries and the clues. I don't know what the hell that dream was about, and it was so significant, and there were so many things that my heart is like speaking to. I fell in love in that dream. With all the people that were in my dream, like they were my family. Sometimes I feel like my dreams might be another reality that exists too. I mean, if that reality exists with like a bunch of crazy weather and hurricanes and I don't know, people like that, then that's crazy. Like, oh, transport me there, please. So anyways, I have my period. These next few clips, I'm going to let my thoughts run wild. I don't think having ADHD is a bad thing at all. All it means is we have to develop techniques to help our brains be more organized. Yeah, it might take a little bit more time to figure out what techniques work with your brain, but it's definitely worth it. This whole downward angle bullshit has never been a vibe for me. I have a tripod. I could just figure out a way to use my tripod. I've been in Calgary for about 2 weeks now, and everywhere I go, I keep getting complimented on these pieces. These were pink before. That was the purpose of why I got these pieces, and because I was going into the ocean so much, it faded. My plan was to come to Calgary and cut. Literally get the side bangs, like really short, like those baby bangs, but I keep getting compliments on them, and I need someone to be honest with me. Like, please let me know. Guys, I've had such a social weekend. Meeting all my friends. We went dancing last night, and then today in the morning I went to downtown for the 3rd time this week in a row. This is what happens when it's summertime. It feels good to be alive. I bought colored eyeliners. Literally pink, yellow, purple. I also got like makeup gems because I've been trying out different makeup looks. Like in Japan, people were dressed so cool. I got so much inspo. Speaking of buying stuff, my job. God, please. I want a job at that company that I interviewed for. I'm not going to speak on it anymore because it shouldn't be the end of the world if I don't get it either. I'm starting to get back into normal life. Tomorrow, I'm going at 3 p.m. for a meditation, like Griya program. It's essentially just like a group of people who meditate together. I haven't done that meditation in a very long time. That'll be a good grounding technique. Speaking of grounding techniques, bam. Reading books is such a grounding technique for me. Like meditation, obviously, working out, obviously, reading before going to sleep instead of like scrolling on our dumbass phones. Best thing ever. It's this really smart dude breaking down the autobiography of a yogi and talking about the spiritual stories that were mentioned and kind of dissecting it in his own way. If you've read that book, you know it's very spiritual, and a lot of people cannot understand that. Like, to them it seems fake. He kind of breaks it down in a little bit more of a worldly way, even though I feel like the original text is broken down in a very worldly way. If you never got into that, this is a good book to start with, and maybe you can just at least dissect the stories that were mentioned. Speaking of spiritual stories, I started this whole like thread on my TikToks where I talk about spiritual stories and I kind of just say them. Really popular spiritual stories. You can find them anywhere. Stories are beautiful. Stories are like poems, and I'm really big on poems. My Insta page used to literally be a poems page. It has a way of connecting humans to something deeper without actually talking about it, because that's one thing about a spiritual journey. Like, each person's on a totally different journey. You really can't dissect or tell someone how they should be feeling or how they should interpret something, because realistically, everyone can only perceive whatever they're going through right now. Like, if someone hasn't been through something because it's not meant for them yet, because they're on their own spiritual journey, then obviously they're gonna perceive the same event differently than someone else. I think everyone should respect that and just understand that we're humans trying our damn best. We don't know why we popped up on this floating rock. Anyways, I'm gonna read this book. I'm literally sitting in my robe right now. I love traveling. I miss it dearly, but being at home in my bed and cozy with my heater, my robe, all my skincare products, not living out of a suitcase, it's making me so grateful. I don't know, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Goodbye.